Okay, let's start our today's practical session of FEM. So this is practical number 5, computer program for 1D with temperature analysis, and we have already conducted 4 practical, 2 based on MATLAB programming, that is TRUSS, computer program for TRUSS, and second computer program for 1D elements. Okay, and 2 problems, that is static analysis using ANSYS, plate with hole, and second coupled thermal structure analysis in ANSYS. So this is our practical number 5. Okay, and in this practical, our actual main objective to prepare a generalized MATLAB program for 1D bar element when temperature is applied. Second objective to verify MATLAB program by solving any numerical, conventional numerical, and last is in particular numerical we need to calculate displacement, stresses, and reaction. Okay, already we have prepared such type of program for TRUSS as well as 1D bar element. Okay, so near about 90% or we can say 95% we will use the same program which already used in 1D bar element. We just put up our condition for temperature. Okay, those are latecomers. Please put your roll number in chat box. So first we'll try to solve our conventional numerical, and from that basis we'll prepare a generalized MATLAB program for means by using same computer program, or we can say MATLAB program, we can solve any type of 1D bar element having temperature conditions. So first, according to problem statement, sorry. Okay. So according to problem statement given, an axial loaded 400 kilonewton is applied at 20 degree at the rod as shown in figure. The temperature is then raised to 50 degree. The material for element 1 is aluminium, and for element 2 that is steel, and relative property for element 1 and 2 as shown in figure. Okay, so in figure we have given a step bar with extreme end are fixed. Suppose this is end 1 and this is end 2, so let both extreme end are fixed, and suppose this is element 1 and this is element 2. Okay, with their respective dimensions, that is 200 mm length for element 1 and 300 mm length for second element, and there is an external application of force 400 kilonewton at midpoint of bar. We can say not midpoint, intersecting point of these two elements, and respective property, that is material, first element aluminum, second element steel. Then modulus of elasticity for element 1, 70 into 10 raised to the power 9 Newton per meter square, and for element 2, 200 into 10 raised to the power 9 Newton per mm square, or 200 gigapascal, 70 gigapascal. And we need to just convert kilonewton into Newton and meter into mm. So can easily means for uniformity, 70 we can convert into megapascal, that is Newton per mm square. 70 into 10 raised to the power 3 and 200 into 10 raised to the power 3 Newton per mm square. Okay, megapascal. Then area of cross section for element 1, 900 mm square. Element 2, 1200 mm square. Coefficient of thermal expansion. This is additional term when we considered temperature. Okay, means effect of temperature on strain and stresses. For element 1, that is for aluminum material, 2.3 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 per degree centigrade, and for element 2, 11.7 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 per degree centigrade. Okay, then finding to determine obviously element stiffness matrix, that is K1 for element 1, K2 for element 2. Load vector or size of load vector that depend upon number of nodes taken in problem. Okay, and nodal displacement, stresses in each element. Okay, when you find stresses, you need strain. For strain calculation, we know we should know displacement. Okay, so this is a reverse engineering, means for all terms last we need stresses, means आपको सभी calculate करना है, correct? So this is our problem statement, and we already solved such type of numericals. Just additional term, that is here in this problem we considered effect of temperature on strain and stresses. Okay. So in this problem or in this practical, we simultaneously solve this conventional numerical as well as we will try to prepare our MATLAB program also. Okay. Latecomers, please put your roll numbers in chat box. So very first step, that is this is a symbol used for parameters E1 or E2 for Young's modulus of elasticity, A1 and A2 for area of cross section of element, respective element, alpha 1, alpha 2, thermal coefficient for material 1, material 2, and L1 and L2, that is length of element 1 and length of element 2. Very first step, discretization. The element model for the physical problem as shown in figure. So figure 1 represent physical model having we suppose we consider two elements, first element 1 and element 2, and now we need to convert this physical problem into mathematical modeling. So for conversion we need discretization, or we can say splittation of elements. So in whole domain converted into two elements, element 1 and element 2, and their respective parameters, that is suppose this is node 1, node 2 for element 1 with circle, that circular numbering system represent for element, then without circle 1, 2, that is node 1, node 2, and this is node 3. Then D1, D2, D3 displacement of that respective node. D1, that is displacement of node 1 in x direction, because this is 1D problems. D2 displacement of node 2 and D3 displacement of node 3 in x direction or unidirection or along the axis of bar. Okay. epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 strain in element 1 and strain in element 2, and sigma 1 and sigma 2, that is stresses induced in element 1 and element 2. Okay, so this is our discretization step. Okay, then after step number 1, that is discretization and data given in problem, from that basis we can write initial steps. So CLC clear all, that is close all, means clear our working window of MATLAB. Okay, so this is MATLAB code. Then first we should define number of element. So this we can put here input. Okay, enter number of element. So this is the input part, and this is applicable to number of elements, not restricted up to 2 only. Okay, so this is generalized program. We can apply for any problem, okay, any 1D problem, as well as having temperature consideration. Then second, number of node. Okay, so here we represent num node. This is also input. Enter number of node. So in our problem there are only 3 nodes. Okay, then next, element node connectivity. Okay, it's useful to prepare a global stiffness matrix. For that we require define the node connectivity. So here we define element node. Okay, enter element node connectivity in matrix form. Okay, so node connectivity for element 1, node connectivity 1 to 2, and for second element node connectivity 2 to 3. So in matrix form we can define for existing problem node 1 space 2 and semicolon 2 space 3. So this is node connectivity. Okay. Next, element degree of freedom. So in this problem, node connectivity and element degree of freedom matrix remains same. Okay, so generalize 2i minus 1 or 2i. Okay, when you put 1, obviously 1 to 2, and we will get 2 to 3 degree of freedom at that respective node. Then initialize a 0 matrix for all, because we required basically 3 matrix, that element stiffness matrix. After that, summation of all element stiffness matrix convert to global stiffness matrix. So we define stiffness with size, number of node into number of node. Okay, num node into number of node. Okay, so meaning of 0 num node, it's sufficient to create a matrix with a square matrix, number of node multiplied by number of node. Second, displacement ku equal to f. K ho gaya, then u, that is displacement. So initialize 0 number of node. There are 3 nodes, comma 1 means vector 3 by 1, and obviously for same force also, number of node num node comma 1. This is our initialize on the basis of given data and first step of discretization. Again, some more information we need to define. Area input, enter area of each element in matrix form. So there are 2 elements, 2 area of cross section, 900 and 1200. E input, enter Young's modulus of each element in matrix form. 2 Young's modulus of elasticity for material 1 and material 2, aluminum and for steel. 70 into 10 raised to power 3 megapascal, and second 200 into 10 raised to power 3 megapascal. Okay, and values given in our numerical. Next, length of element. Next step, input, enter length of each element in matrix form. Okay. First, I think 200 mm and second length 300. Force, enter value of, this is also input, force in x direction on each node in matrix form. Okay. So generally towards right side direction we take positive and towards left negative. Okay. So 400 kilonewton means 400 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton apply on node 2 towards right side direction. So we consider that is a positive. Node 1 and node 3 fixed support, there is no any external force applied on that respective node. So node 1 0, node 2 400 kilonewton and node 3 equal to 0. Then AL, that is alpha. Okay. So for area we define A, and for alpha we define AL. Input, enter the coefficient of thermal expansion of each element in matrix form. So thermal expansion of coefficient of thermal expansion that depend upon material. So material of element 1, that is aluminum, and material for 2, that is steel. For aluminum, I think 2.3 into 10 raised to power minus 6, and for steel 11.7 into 10 raised to power minus 6 given in problem. Okay. Then D is nothing but temperature difference. Okay. So initial temperature equal to 20 degree, and after temperature raise to 50 degree means maximum temperature minus initial temperature, that is a difference of temperature. Due to that temperature difference, strain or stresses may be induced in element. So 50 minus 20, that is 30. So 30 degree temperature increase or apply on element, and due to that strain and stresses also induce within the element. Okay, that is the effect of temperature. Additionally, with static load 400 kilonewton. So D, that is input temperature difference in degree centigrade. So for this problem, it is 30. Next step, to calculate element stiffness matrix. So generalized formula for bar single element or 1D element, K equal to A E upon L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay, means we have already solved such type of problem, as well as we prepare MATLAB program for same 1D problems. In this practical, we just need to add temperature effect, means effect in load, thermal load, and one more additional term in strain only. Okay. So for calculating element stiffness matrix for element 1 and element 2, we use K equal to A upon L in matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay. Just we need to put respective value of A, E, L, its variables. A stiffness matrix, A area of element, E Young's model of elasticity, and L length of that respective element. So our problem, there are two element stiffness matrix prepare, K1 and K2. Generalized formula, then for element 1, K1 equal to A1 E1 L1. Okay, and this 1 and 2, it is a node connectivity, node 1 and node 2 for element 1. Just put respective value of A, E and L, that is A1 900 mm, then E1 17 to 10 raised to power 3 and L1 200. So after simplification, we will get the equation number 3, that is K1 value. For K2, A2 E2 upon L2 and node connectivity 2 and 3. 2, 3. Again, value of A2 1200, E2 2 into 10 raised to power 5 and L2 300 mm. And after simplification, we will get equation number 6, value of K2, okay, and 10 raised to power common for K1 as well as K2. So we can easily add these two matrix due to this common factor. Then, in MATLAB, we can write, means in this step, we compute element stiffness matrix. So by just adding these two lines, we can prepare individual element stiffness matrix. So E equal to 1:2 number of elements. So there are two number of elements. So this program run for 2 times. Same formula right here, K is equal to AE upon L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay. So simply these two lines more than sufficient to prepare individual stiffness matrix. So this loop run for 1:2 number of elements. There are two elements. Okay, and we need to write here end for end. Latecomers can put your roll number in chat box for attendance. After formation of individual stiffness matrix, we need to form a global stiffness matrix. So in this problem, there are 3 nodes. So size of global stiffness matrix equal to 3 by 3. Okay. Node 1, node 2, node 3. 3 nodes and each node having single degree of freedom. So 3 into 1, that is 3. So number of total degree of freedom. Okay, total degree of freedom. So number of node multiplied by total degree of freedom. Number of node 3 and each node having 1 degree of freedom. Okay, only towards x direction. So 3 by 3. So K equal to 1 plus K2. Value of K1, value of K2, and summation we will get size equal to 3 by 3. Okay. How to prepare this matrix? Just prepare blank 3 by 3 matrix and put respective. Means in this position, just place row 1 and column 1. Means 1 1 position and its value. So check in K1 3.15. There is no 1 1 value in K2. Similarly, 1 2 value minus 1 minus 3.15 put here, and there is no 1 2 value in K2. Okay. In same fashion, we can prepare a global stiffness matrix. Okay. Then additional term, after simplification, we will get this answer. Okay. So in next step, we just need to extract respective value in global stiffness matrix from individual stiffness matrix K1 and K2. So in program, we extract the row of element degree of freedom for each element. Means from first node, from second node, from third node of respective elements. Okay. So this extraction applicable for 2 elements, and each elements of individual stiffness matrix having 2 row and 2 column, because in individual stiffness matrix, this is first row, second row, first column, second column, 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, for that we need I equal to 1:2 and J equal to 1:2 for element 1. Okay, first row, first column, second row means first row, second column. Okay. Similarly, for first element, second row, first column, second row, second column. Okay. And in this step, a global stiffness matrix prepare with a size equal to 3 by 3. क्योंकि element degree of freedom already defined. जैसे number of total degree of freedom हमने 1 2 2 2 2 3 ऐसे define करके रखा है, correct? Due to that, this program run for element 1, first row, second column, or element 2, second row, third column. Means for existing problem, the global stiffness matrix, in this step, we can prepare a global stiffness matrix. Okay, just say addition हो रहा है. Addition of individual stiffness matrix in global stiffness matrix, and remaining terms remain 0. Then find element load vector. Static load, that is 400 kilonewton. Additionally, we need to prepare static load as well as thermal load. So this is static load. Node 1 0 value, node 2 400 into 10 to the power 3 is kilonewton converted to Newton, and F3 node 3 0 value. Similarly, for additional count, that is temperature load vector. So we already seen this problem, this equation in our SOM. Effect of temperature on strain, and for finding load, that is A1 is A into E into alpha, temperature difference, and difference in two nodes. Okay, -1 means from node 1 to node 2. There is a variation in temperature, okay, or load from node 1 to node 2. Okay. So in FA, we can write AE alpha delta T -1 1. Okay. This is for element 1. Okay. First represent node 1, second represent node 2. Okay. Just put respective value. Okay. We'll get two values, -4347 and 4347. This is for node 1, node 2. Okay. Then similarly, calculate or find out, formulate load vector considering temperature. Element 2, A2, E2, alpha 2, same temperature difference, then -1, 1 with node connectivity 2 and 3. Okay. So after simplifying, we'll get -84240 second node, and third node 84240 for third node. So actually there are two values for node 2, 4347 and -84240. So in this step, we club all loads on respective nodes. Okay. So FL indicate static load on element. Okay. This first matrix represent static load. Then FT1 considering first element, FT2 considering second element. Just sum all these three matrices and we'll get global load vector. Okay. First static load, second considering first element with their respective properties of material, aluminum, and second load vector with respect to property of material, steel. Okay. So this is equation 18, and equation 19 of formation of global load vector. -4347 load at temperature, load at node 1, 320107 total load in Newton on node 2, 47240 total load on node 3. Okay. So in this step, you just add 1, 2, and 3. So here write simply computation of total load vector यहाँ पे generalized prepare नहीं किया, we can modify according to requirement. So here there are only two elements. So I am writing FT1 and FT2. Same problem, AL. Here A means area, AL means alpha. Okay. D, temperature difference. Element 1 minus 1 1, node 3 0. Element 2 है तो node 1 0. Node connectivity 2 and 3. Okay. So this minus 1 and 1 depend on node connectivity. यहाँ पे node connectivity 1 and 2, and for element 2 node connectivity 2 and 3. Okay. First we define force 0 number of node by 1 means initial matrix prepare 0 0 0 means all three rows having 0 value. Then we define a force 0 400 kilonewton 0. Okay, means that force matrix converted into static. After that, same force matrix we add thermal load. Okay, FT1 and FT2. Now final force matrix is here. Okay, so this force read only static, then temperature material 1, temperature material 2. Okay, and now these force parameters prepare a matrix with total load. Okay. Next step, application of our governing equation. KU equal to F, or we can write KD equal to F. K global stiffness matrix, D displacements vector, and F load vector. Just write. Then application of boundary condition. So there are two boundary condition. Node 1 and node 2 or node 3 is fixed support. That's why displacement equal to 0. D1 and D3 equal to 0. Okay, in terms of displacement. Then in terms of load, node 1 and node 3, there is no external force applied on respective nodes, so that value equal to 0. And load apply on node 2, so 400 kilonewton. Okay, so this is third, or we can say this is the first in terms of displacement, and second in terms of load, that is boundary condition. Just apply application of boundary condition. If you know that the displacement means adjacent with global stiffness matrix, position 1 and 3 are known, so we can eliminate that respective row and respective column. We know the value of D1 and D3, means we can eliminate the row 1 and column 1, row 1 and column 1 from global stiffness matrix, as well as column 3 and row 3. Correct? Now this 3 by 3 matrix converted into 1 by 1 matrix. 3 by 3 matrix converted to 1 by 1 matrix. Now easily we can find D2, displacement at node 2. Okay, D2 equal to 0.287084 mm. Nodal displacement D1 0, D2 0.28, D3 0. Okay. Then how to write in MATLAB program? Okay. Basic primary condition. When you know the force, we can find out displacement, and vice versa. When you know the position of displacement parameters, we can able to find force, or we can say reaction on fixed support. Okay. So known FA, known force array. Here enter the known value of force array in matrix form. Okay. We know the known force array, that is value equal to 2. Okay. At the second node we know the position, means 400 kilonewton. Okay. Then size, that is 2:2, means in this step we just convert that global stiffness matrix, global load vector, global displacement vector into our new matrix after application of boundary condition. Here we we enter the value of position, means which value, which position we know, and which position we need to find. ठीक है, जैसे third position, second position force की पता है, तो we can able to find displacement at node 2. If we know the position of displacement node 1 and 3, then we can able to find reaction. Sorry, extremely. Then we can able to find a reaction at node 1 and 3. ठीक है, एकदम simple और common है. तो यहाँ पे हमने we define the force array, means we just convert in this step, convert 3 by 3 matrix into 2 by 2 matrix. Here new displacement means only here read D2 position, force new means only read position second node. Okay, and now here we prepare stiffness new, correct, means new displacement, new force, and new stiffness matrix. So in all these three steps we prepare or convert that original matrix into new matrix, 3 by 3 matrix convert into 1 by 1 matrix. After formation of all new matrix, just to solve this matrix, means new displacement upon equal to stiffness new upon force new. Okay, because we need displacement at node 2. Okay. In last, this some additional displacement, known displacement equal to new displacement. Okay. In this step, we will directly get the answer D2 equal to 0.28. Okay. This is not applicable to only 3 nodes. You can put n number of elements and number of nodes, no problem. Then to determine reaction at node 1, how to prepare reactions, means in this step. Okay. So reaction produced at node 1 and node 3. How to prepare? Just take this equation number, suppose 20. Okay. Suppose I want to calculate reaction at node 1. So how to prepare? Just take a row, first row of global stiffness matrix and column of displacement vector equal to value of load vector at position 1. Okay. Similarly, for third node, third load, or can say reaction at node 3, take a row of global stiffness matrix, third row, and same column of displacement. Okay, multiplied it equal to reaction at node 3. Then simply we need to define a displacement position, means position 1 and position 3. Here we know the displacement array means position of displacement to find reaction. Okay, and we just eliminate row 1, then row 3, and form force array or force reaction. Okay, so stiffness into displacement. Okay, same things for finding reaction, force equal to known force, known known stiffness multiplied by displacement. Okay. Then strain 1 upon L1 minus 1 1 for element 1, displacement D1 D2 minus temperature variation alpha 1 into delta T. Okay. After solving, we'll get epsilon 1 and multiplication of E will get stress in element 1. Okay, that is 95.62. Similarly, strain 2, just put respective value and multiplied by E of that material, of that element, will get stress in element 2 minus 621.5. Okay. So in this step, we can directly write a formula of stress E into strain. Okay, so this is a complete term represents strain and multiplied by E will get stress. Okay, and after that, just simply display stiffness matrix, displacement matrix, force, and stresses. Okay, so in this way, we have solved one numerical as well as write a form generalized program for 1D element with consideration temperature. Okay, now just put this program in our MATLAB and run for given conditions. Okay. So here I am already write this program in MATLAB. Okay, same coding right here. Okay, you can check clear all, then number of element, number of node connectivity, degree of freedom, initialize displacement, force, stiffness, then area, Young's model of elasticity, L, then force, alpha, then temperature difference, thermal load at element 1, element 2, total force, then formation of individual stiffness matrix, formation of global stiffness matrix. If you know the force array, we can able to find out displacement. If you know the displacement array or position, we can able to find force or reaction at that respective node. Last, find out stresses. Okay, just simply run this program for our given problem. Here I am click run button. First ask number of element. Okay, number of element equal to 2, enter. Number of node 3, element connectivity in matrix form, square bracket 1 space 2 semicolon 2 space 3 bracket complete. Degree of freedom, we can write same 1 space 2 2 space 3. Area 900 and 1200 900 semicolon 1200. Young's modulus of elasticity 70,000 for element 1, then 200,000 for element 2. Next ask length 200 and 300, 200 and 300. Enter value of force in x direction. 0 semicolon 400 kilonewton means 400,000 semicolon 0. Enter the coefficient of thermal expansion 2.3, 10 raised to power -6 semicolon, 11.7 e raised to power -6. Temperature difference 30. Enter the known value of force array. तो हमें पता है position, that is second, force array second node. Enter value of displacement array fixed node number. So there are two nodes are fixed, node 1 semicolon, node 3 are fixed, and after completing all inputs we'll get answer. Okay, so yes, element 1 with stress value 95 and element 2 with stress -261. Okay, same answer we get in conventional and as well as software. Okay, so in this way we can say our program or coding is validate. Okay, same answer given in conventional method and same answer given in MATLAB also. Okay, so this is our input and stiffness matrix, displacement d1 d2, d2 also correct 0.28, reaction also correct. Okay, and stress is also correct. Okay, so in this way we have completed our practical number 5. Okay, if you have any doubt or query, you can put your question in chat box.